Hello. I don't know about you, but for me, I'm needing to use more of the tools that I have at hand for calming my nervous system, bringing myself into a state of grounded peace and presence. We know that if we can arrive at being in the present moment, we can handle just about anything. But so often we're in a fight, flight, freeze, fawn, something that is taking us out of our executive brain function and into a state of panic. In other words, our nervous system is not balanced. And so we need to start with paying attention to our body first so that we can access the executive brain function and do what is ours to do. So if you're finding yourself in a fight mode that is just like constant inner chatter of anger and frustration and complaint, blame, all of those things, I get it, but it's not moving you forward in what it is you're wanting to do to resolve and find solutions. And the reason you can't is because you're offline from your executive brain function and you can't see the choices that are available to you. It might be flight, where you're not even staying in your body. You're just like exiting, or you're really constantly in motion so that you don't have to think or feel or be. It could be that you're in a freeze. Again, sort of the deer in headlights sort of emotion and feeling. And again, need to bring yourself into centeredness. The fawn is sort of when you aren't having your own agency, you're just going along with whatever somebody tells you to do because, once again, you're not in a state of calm, grounded presence. So, a few tools that I use that I find really helpful are some energy medicine techniques that I learned from Donna Eden. Donna Eden is a beautiful person who is in her 80s, who was not expected to live beyond her 20s. And so she learned some of these techniques in order to heal and save her own life. And then after doing so, she ended up finding a whole passion in life, teaching others how to bring themselves into this peaceful groundedness. So, which is so often, isn't that so often the case? The people that you admire the most that have done such profound work in the world, they needed to do something for themselves first and then be able to help others. So some of her techniques are a lot of affinity motions, and that's because our bodies, our cells are made up of affinities. So you can do these sorts of things all the way down your body and back up. It can be also like this, where it's the bigger affinity with both hands. It can be tapping the opposite side of the leg with the opposite arm. And then there's also like grabbing your fingers and pulling it around, and then wrapping your legs around each other. This can be a really calming stance to give yourself. And then one of my all-time favorites, because you can do this anywhere, that last one you might not want to do in line at a coffee shop, but this one you can. It's simply holding your rib cage, which is where your spleen is, and then the other one she teaches that just goes across the arm, and this helps just calm the nervous system. I kind of adapted it to something that felt even better for me. So again, this is the real clue. Follow what feels good in your body. She has all kinds of techniques, but then when something feels even better to me, my body adjusts to what speaks to my own calming presence. So I put the opposite hand, instead of this one still holding the rib cage, but this one I'm putting on my heart. And that feels even better, and I can do this anywhere. And then just follow your breath. Give yourself cleansing breath. And it's just amazing how you end up feeling. If you don't have that, simply following your breath can be exactly what you need. Pay attention to what serves your body best. If you are in a flight sort of mode or fight, you may find it more helpful to go for a run or go for a walk in nature, getting yourself grounded, sitting in a garden, listening to the trickling water. Whatever serves you, you know you best. But so often we're not paying attention to our body, and we are in survival mode. And survival mode is not where we're going to be able to be the most effective. And so if it is survival mode and all of those sorts of things, maybe it's simply sitting with a hot cup of tea or wrapping yourself in a blanket or something that calms the nervous system. Drop me a note. Let me know which of these you try and which one works best for you. Or you can share some of your favorite tools. Thanks so much.